Hello everyone. Welcome back to Dr. Indraini Katti's channel. Okay, so this is the most demanded video and I'm making for you, right? So which is on the most likely questions for 10 marks. So the subject is company law and secretarial practice, section C, which carries 10 marks. About this, I'm going to cover. If you are not yet subscribed, do subscribe to my channel and like and share the video to your friends also so that they can make the benefit of this. Section C, first you will get the instruction, that is question number 11 is compulsory, which is all about case study. So I'm going to make a separate video on case study, how to write also, how to solve the case studies also. Okay, I will tell that in a separate video. Until that, wait for it. Now we will discuss only the 10 marks questions. And second instruction is answer any two of the remaining questions. So here in the section C, 5 questions will be given to you. First 4 questions, out of 4 questions, you need to answer only 2. And the last 11th question is a case study question. Okay. In total, you will get 5 questions for section C. And every question carries 10 marks. Okay. It means a total 3 you will have to solve. That is, 1 is case study, 2 questions for 10 marks. Total 30 marks are assigned to section C. Okay. So let's look at the questions, important questions, most likely questions for section C. Right? You may get a question like define company secretary and what are the qualifications and qualities. See, if a question appears only on the qualifications, the question may be for 5 marks. If the question is for both, that is qualification and qualities, it may come for section C, that is for 10 marks. Okay. And here, second question, explain the various rights, duties, and liabilities of a company secretary. Here also you will get 2. How it is? Explain the various rights and duties you may get, or duties and liabilities you may get, or rights and liabilities also you may get. Only 2 parts will be covered out of this. Rights, duties, liabilities. 3 are there of a company secretary. Out of this, 2 questions may be covered for this. That is, explain the various rights and duties, or duties and liabilities, or rights and liabilities of a company secretary. So that's why do prepare for rights also, duties also, and liabilities of a company secretary. Okay. Next, third question, this is indirect question, how it is appeared, the position of a company secretary is full of duties and responsibilities and not of a sinecure one. Okay. Amplify means in addition to this, you will have to explain. Instead of explain word here, amplify is used. Okay. So what is this? The position of a company secretary is full of duties and responsibilities. As everybody knows, that company secretary is sitting on the burning seat and he is a member of KMP also, right? Key managerial person. Okay. Here, what you have to write for this question is only you have to explain that how he is held responsible, what are the liabilities and duties, what all the duties are there, statutory duties and contractual duties. If he fails to perform those duties, how he is going to become a liable person towards the company. So those things only are covered in the duties and responsibilities. That's why instead of direct question, they may ask in this style also. Okay. Coming to the next question, you may get it is what is a company, and state or explain its features. Okay. State and explain, both the things you may get. State means only write the points. The question may be for 5 marks. Okay. If it is explain is there, then you will have to write explain it. Okay. In brief also for 10 marks. To get 10 marks, how much is required? You have to explain. What are the features of a company secretary? Tell me, what is company? You will have to hide the definition only. Then you'll be in a position to write the meaning also. Okay. And explain its features. As everybody knows, what are the features? It's a legal entity. It is an artificial person. It must have its own common seal, right? And perpetual succession, right? Likewise, limited liability. So you have learnt it, all those things. You have to explain it. Next is define private company. Okay, it is also company. See, I have made all these questions as per your chapters only. First chapter questions, next chapter questions, and likewise, I have covered all the things. Okay, so fourth one, define private company. Explain the privileges and exemptions enjoyed by a private company. What is private company is known to you. Minimum number of members required for a private company is 2, right? That is a privilege. Okay, there is no need to have more number of members. Minimum is 2. 2 directors are required. Minimum 2 directors must be there for a private company. 2 members must be there for a private company. And there is no need to have a commencement certificate. Only after possessing an incorporation certificate, a company can commence its business, right? No need to hold the statutory meeting. So all these are what privileges, or you can say these as exemptions also. Okay. And define public company, explain the stages in the formation of a public company limited, or just company limited also. Well, the question may come in this way also. Okay. What are the stages? 4 stages are there: promotional stage, incorporation stage, capital subscription stage, and the last one is commencement of business stage. 4 stages are there. So in connection with all these 4 stages of a formation of company, what are the secretarial duties? You have to explain in these things. Okay. Next, you may get a question on memorandum of association and describe its clauses. Again, you have the clauses you have learned: name clause, objective clause, liability clause, capital clause, domicile clause. All these 5 clauses are very important. Without this, you cannot make a completion of the memorandum of association. And without the memorandum of association document, you cannot incorporate the company also, right? So that's why you have to learn properly what is memorandum of association and what are its clauses. How about the amendment or alteration of these clauses also? You may get the questions on that. So let's move on to the next question. What are the procedures to be followed by a secretary in connection with the alteration of domicile clause? There are 5 clauses. Okay, name clause. If you want to change the name of the company, what are the procedures in connection with this also you may get, or a domicile clause, that also you may get, or capital. If the company wants to change the capital of the company, that is authorized capital of the company, what is the procedure to be followed? So likewise, what are the steps or procedures to be followed by the secretary in connection with changes which are going to be made in memorandum of association or either of the clauses, you can say. What is prospectus? Next question, you may get it. Explain the contents of prospectus. What are the contents? You will have to go through in detail. I made a separate video on this also. You can get it. And who are the directors? Next chapter. Okay. Who are the directors? 4th module. What are their powers, duties, and liabilities? Here also you may get only two. What are those? Who are the directors? Out of the powers and duties, or duties and liabilities, or powers and liabilities. In this way, you may get a question. So do prepare what are the powers, duties, as well as liabilities of directors. Very interesting subject it is. Once you learn it properly, nothing will become difficult for you. Okay. Who is a director? Or you may get a question likewise also. Who is a director? Explain the provisions of the Companies Act relating to the appointment and remuneration of directors. So go through this matter also, may get a question. And next one, last chapter, that is related to meetings. So 3 types of meetings are there, statutory meeting, annual general meeting, and extraordinary general meeting, EOGM. Statutory meeting, AGM, and EOGM or EGM also you can say. Okay. So in this connection, how you may get a question on the last module, that is here, what is a meeting? Explain various methods of ascertaining the sense of a meeting. Okay. You may get in this style. Or what is a statutory meeting? Explain the duties of a company secretary before, during, and after the meeting. So for every meeting, it may be AGM or it may be EOGM. The secretarial duties are there before the meeting, during the meeting, and after the meeting. Do go through all these things. And next one is annual general meeting. What is it? And explain the secretarial duties relating to such a meeting. And the last one is what is extraordinary general meeting? Explain the secretarial work before, during, and after the meeting. So the same thing I have told you, right? Go through all these types of meetings and what are the secretarial duties in this connection also. We have to prepare well. And there was a request from Kannada medium students that do give the questions in Kannada medium. That's why I have made specially for them those students who are from Kannada medium, I ask all the students, do make your BCom course in English itself. So that is going to help you a lot, right? If you do it again in Kannada medium, it doesn't carry any value at all, right? Try to learn English and write it in English only, okay? But still, there was a request from the students. Many more students asked, please make the questions in Kannada also. That's why I have written here. You can note it. You can take a snapshot of this also. So screenshot of this, you will do prepare. The same things are there, whatever I have discussed. Okay. So this is the second part again. Last 6 questions here. And in the earlier side, 6 questions. Altogether, out of this, you have to write if anything asked. There will be. If you prepare for this, ಇಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು, ಆರಾಮ್ಸೆ ನೀವು ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಓಕೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಲೀರಿ. ಕಲ್ತ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕಂಪನಿ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು ನೀವು. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ವಿಶ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ ದ ವೆರಿ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನಿ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್, comment in the comment box and I will try my level best to solve it. Okay. Thank you very much and wish you all the very